Jeannie's back from giving blood. Good morning. It is July 21st, and I'm up here in the foyer. Those guys were glued down last night. Jeannie is up by the storage area working on painting the rest of the boards that, well, not the rest of them, but the ones we currently have that will go down here. And I am going to clean this area and glue the pieces in, at least on this side, so that they're all in place. And if I finish that before she gets done painting, then we're going to move down here and we'll put in all the silver. We had started to lay this out, but after getting most of the pieces in and trying to figure out how that end piece was going to fit, I realized that the hatch required us to actually raise the subflooring level so that it was above the hatch. So that's what I've put in that piece going across the center for. And then just to make the hatch attachment point a little more secure, I went and put those pieces in. Once they dry, we'll be able to measure off of that piece and level out everything. Loads of fun getting to redo this section over again. So we're going to move on down there and start taking that up, or taking the tape and everything off later. But at some point we're going to bring the 6 boards we have up there, bring them in, set them up just in a big pile, and then we're just going to cut pieces out of them as we need and drop them in place. Anyway, that's the plan for today, and we'll see how far we get with it later. There is the port bedroom flooring in. Back here in this corner, this is the cooling water for the engine, and that is the exhaust line for the engine, but there'll be a box that will go around that entire thing with a lid so that you can get in there and service it. We have a level floor! On to the next one later. Good morning. We're gonna go get 3 more pieces of plywood. I'm gonna try to move this wood at 9 in the morning instead of 2 in the afternoon when it is really warm. We are done with the levelers in here. Anyway, we got this side done. We'll work on the other side and then get some plywood in here later. We installed those 2 pieces. Support the end of that board. We installed supports underneath there. We trimmed those guys down and put in a leading support and also added a little more glue. Cleared out this area. I'm going to vacuum it and then wipe it down and then maybe go get lunch. Okay, final set of levelers are cut and are ready to go in. So I am going to put glue on these guys and glue them down and be done with it. Then all will be left to do is put plywood down. These are now glued in. They are level all the way in the back. Those guys are all down and drying, so this room is ready for the Silas treatment. And then we'll put the black rubber on top of that, and then insulation, and then plywood, and then the same thing in the back. So, and that is it for leveling the floors. For several reasons we're doing this. One is we started in the pilot house, we leveled it. Is that really gonna make that much of a difference? But wow, it's probably only a 2 or 3 degree incline. Maybe it's more than that, I'm not sure. Obviously, you could calculate it versus rise over run and whatnot. And it was probably about 7-8 feet over a 3-inch drop. But oh my goodness, you can instantly tell that it's been leveled out. I mean, just walking back into the master bedroom now, which was about an 8-foot, 3-inch, 4-inch drop. Once we did it up there, well, we just continued doing it throughout. Really, really happy with the effect it does. The other thing it does is it gets the wood up off of the metal. So if you ever do get water in there, you don't have it squished between the metal and the wood just sitting there. This would let a little bit of air, if air's getting in there, to flow. And of course now we're putting the butyl rubber on top, which is another layer of gookiness, sealing out water from getting to the metal. And then on top of that, we have the rock wool. But it also creates insulation because, you know, obviously the equipment room below us and the engine room are both warm areas. So any warmth that's coming up from there, well, if we can keep that out, it makes it just that much easier to air condition up here. And the final thing is noise. Gives us a spot to put a little bit of insulation for noise dampening and more material. Anyway, I'm glad this is done. I will be even happier when we have the rest of the plywood in. I think that's it for me today. Later. Storm over